The crystal chandeliers cast dancing shadows across marble floors as Elena pressed her mop into another corner, trying to become invisible. She'd learned that trick well over 3 years of cleaning the Sterling Grand Hotel, the art of disappearing in plain sight while the wealthy glittered and laughed, never seeing the woman who scrubbed away their champagne spills. But tonight, someone saw her. "Excuse me, miss, I need your help." Elena looked up from her bucket to find a man in an immaculate tuxedo standing before her, desperation etched across his handsome face. She recognized him instantly. Everyone in the city knew Alexander Chen, the tech billionaire whose face graced magazine covers and whose charitable foundation had just pledged $50 million to children's hospitals. Tonight's gala was in his honor. "I'm sorry, sir. If there's a spill, I can." "No." He glanced toward the ballroom entrance where photographers clustered like hungry birds. "I need you to pretend to be my date." Elena's mop clattered to the floor. "What?" Alexander ran his hand through his perfectly styled hair, disheveling it for the first time that evening. "My ex-fiancée just arrived with her new boyfriend, my former business partner. They're trying to humiliate me, and every gossip columnist in the country is watching. I need someone genuine, someone real. Please, just for an hour." She should have said no. Should have picked up her mop and walked away from this ridiculous proposition. But something in his eyes stopped her, not arrogance or entitlement, but genuine vulnerability. He wasn't looking at her uniform or her rubber gloves. He was looking at her. "I'm wearing cleaning clothes," she said quietly. "Wait here." He disappeared and returned 5 minutes later with a stunning navy gown draped over his arm. "The event coordinator keeps spares. Please, I'll pay you whatever you want. I don't want your money." The words surprised them both. Elena touched the silk fabric, softer than anything she'd ever owned. "But I'll help you." 1 hour. 20 minutes later, Elena emerged from the staff bathroom transformed. The gown fit perfectly, and she'd twisted her dark hair into an elegant knot. Her hands still smelled faintly of lemon cleaner despite scrubbing, but she held her head high as Alexander offered his arm. "What's your name?" he asked. "Elena Morales." "Thank you, Elena. Just follow my lead." They entered the ballroom together, and the room's energy shifted immediately. Conversations paused. Cameras flashed. Alexander's ex-fiancée, a blonde woman dripping in diamonds, stared with undisguised shock. "Alex, darling." An elderly woman in emerald silk approached, her eyes curious. "Who is this enchanting creature?" "Mrs. Wellington, meet Elena. She's..." Alexander hesitated. "I work here," Elena said simply, her voice steady. "Alexander needed a friend tonight, and I'm happy to help." Mrs. Wellington's eyebrows rose, but then she smiled, a genuine expression that crinkled her eyes. "How wonderfully refreshing. Come, dear, you must tell me about yourself." What happened next, Elena would replay in her mind for years to come. She didn't pretend to be someone she wasn't. When people asked about her work, she spoke honestly about cleaning rooms, about her mother's medical bills, about studying online for her business degree one class at a time. She expected judgment, pity, or dismissal. Instead, she found connection. A hotel magnate's wife revealed her mother had been a housekeeper. A famous actress shared that she'd waited tables until her breakthrough at 35. A venture capitalist admitted his father had been a janitor who taught him that all honest work deserved respect. Alexander watched in amazement as Elena moved through the crowd with quiet grace, her honesty disarming the city's most jaded elite. She asked questions and listened genuinely to the answers. She complimented a nervous teenage daughter of a senator. She helped an elderly man retrieve his dropped glasses without hesitation. She was stealing the entire gala simply by being herself. "You're remarkable," Alexander whispered during a slow dance, his hand warm on her waist. Elena laughed softly. "I'm just being me. These people aren't so different, you know. Take away the jewelry and designer clothes, and everyone just wants to be seen. Really seen, like you saw me when I asked for help." "You saw me first," she countered. "Do you know how many wealthy people walk past me every day without even glancing at my face?" Alexander's expression grew thoughtful. "I'm ashamed to say I probably was one of them before tonight." The hour stretched to 2, then 3. Elena's cheeks hurt from smiling. Then Alexander's ex-fiancée, Victoria, intercepted them near the dessert table, her boyfriend trailing behind like an accessory. "How touching, Alex," Victoria said, her voice dripping honey-coated poison. "Pulling in staff for sympathy points. Always were good at optics." "Victoria." Alexander's tone held warning. "No, it's fine," Elena said calmly, meeting Victoria's gaze directly. "You're right, I am staff here. I clean the rooms where you stay, scrub the floors you walk on without seeing. But tonight, I've had more meaningful conversations with the people in this room than you've probably had all year. Because when you look at others as props in your life story instead of actual human beings, you miss everything beautiful. The silence that followed could have shattered glass. Victoria's face flushed crimson. Then Mrs. Wellington began to clap. Slowly, others joined until applause rippled through the nearby crowd. Victoria turned and fled, her boyfriend scrambling after her. I can't believe you just did that, Alexander breathed, equal parts horrified and impressed. Elena's hands trembled slightly. I should probably go. No, please don't. He caught her hand gently. Elena, I asked you to pretend to be my date, but you became something I didn't expect. You became my mirror. You showed me what I've been missing while building empires and chasing deals. Connection, authenticity, kindness. I didn't do anything special. You did everything special. His voice grew passionate. You treated everyone tonight with dignity and interest, from the waitstaff to the senators. You made me remember why I started my foundation in the first place, because my grandmother cleaned houses while raising 3 kids alone. I'd forgotten her, forgotten where I came from. Tears pricked Elena's eyes. You didn't forget, you just got lost for a moment. We all do. Alexander stepped back and addressed the nearby crowd, his voice carrying across the ballroom. Everyone, I need to say something. The room quieted. Tonight was supposed to honor my charitable work, but the most charitable thing that happened was this woman agreeing to help a desperate stranger. Elena Morales works at this hotel, studies for her degree at night, and just taught me more about generosity and grace than I've learned in years. The foundation is matching tonight's donations, and I'm establishing a scholarship program for working students like Elena. Because success isn't measured by what we accumulate, but by what we give and who we lift along the way. The ballroom erupted in applause. Elena stood frozen, overwhelmed, as tears finally spilled down her cheeks. Later, as the gala wound down, Alexander walked Elena back to the staff area, still in their formal wear. I meant what I said about the scholarship, he told her, and I'd like to take you to dinner, a real date, not a pretend one. If you're interested. Elena smiled through her tears. I'd like that, but I have one condition. Anything. We go somewhere normal, where you remember who you are and where you came from. Alexander laughed, the sound genuine and free. Deal. As Elena changed back into her uniform, she caught her reflection in the mirror. The gown was gone, but something fundamental had shifted. She'd walked into a billionaire's world and emerged victorious not through pretending, but through unwavering authenticity. Sometimes the greatest theft isn't taking something, but giving so genuinely that you capture every heart in the room. Elena had stolen the gala simply by being beautifully, courageously herself. And in doing so, she'd reminded everyone present, including a lonely billionaire, of the most valuable currency, our shared humanity.